we can't because we definitely know that it's Emma's fingerprints on it.
I don't know.
Well, we can't.
Okay then.
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
What? You lie.
Chief Gant?
You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the... Right, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see, it's because you know the truth, don't you? You know his fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture.
Wait, how did he get the picture?
See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about it? The chest area?
It looks like a part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is gonna be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the guile, righto? Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
What? You mean you admit to it?
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene she would only ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I had two pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
Two pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe? But why?
For insurance, of course.
Insurance.
I was sure my plan would work, but it was always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't able to let anyone blame me for a murder that a girl committed.
You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off the pieces. If you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't just fabricate the message on this jar too? Ho 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 ho. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, Righto, cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut out of the victim's vest in your safe.
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being the chief and all. But it is a lot better than being betrayed as a murderer.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late.
It's been a long battle. Most underrated statement in the century there. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up, the victory's mine. Might as well show them the evidence. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
It was the suit of armor.
Yeah. Sorry. Now we present the cloth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh yes, at least you finally brought it out into the open.
There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean?
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Ho ho ho. You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever's fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well.
Very well, I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person who these fingerprints belong to is... this 16-year-old. Emma Sky. What? Oh, sorry, you.
What, they're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, ho, ho, ho. You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin murder on me.
So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
How could you? You monster.
This guy?
You knew those fingerprints, those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't.
This guy? It's not over yet.
So the fat lady sings.
Not yet. I said this trial isn't over yet.
Until the fat lady on the Gryffindor door sings.
What's her name of the actress that...
Oh, I can never remember her name. She was the vicar of Dibley.
Dibley, yeah. Lauren French?
Dawn French.
Dawn French?
No, something French.
Anyway. Gant?
Ha, but I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too.
Yes, again, Chuckle Nuts. My career isn't over until after the third game.
You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. Yeah, it's Dawn French.
Dawn French, okay.
Look, I broke it just with my voice.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter, cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned the poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh, what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you're absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? Ooh, shit. What is this fool babbling about?
Yep, the man in the top hat raises the same question. I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, how could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth.
Excuse me?
Hang on, I want to check this photo. So, he cut that off.
The wrong side?
Side wouldn't have anything to do with it.
Oh, because... Wouldn't there be two handprints? On either side, a handprint on either side of the vest?
No, because if Gant was wearing gloves, there wouldn't be fingerprints.
Yeah, but then... What proves that it wasn't Emma on there then? Because all there is a piece of leather. Do we ever examine that piece of leather?
We did. That's how, because again, that's how we knew from the get after we.
Yeah, we did
it.
the fingerprints, but we never actually examined it and spun it around though. I think we just looked at the fingerprints. I don't know if we ever examined it or turned it around.
No, because that's the only thing we can really do.
This is a handprint, right?
Yeah, someone left behind a oil stain on the fabric. Whoever it was, they must have had really oily hand.
Mr. Wright, think about it scientifically.
Huh?
A more likely explanation is... person slipped and fell on a freshly waxed floor. Getting wax all over their hand.
Well, that would account for the amount of oil, I guess. I don't see what's so scientific about it, though.
It happens, you know, I always slip on the floors at school after they're waxed. Oh, so she slipped on the floor when it... and got wax on her hand and then he just pressed the fabric into her hand? Is that what they're trying to say?
I have no fucking clue what they're trying to say. So... Okay, so we got the piece... What? So that's Lana's picture. So the crime scene of the crime photo taken 2 years ago. It shows the cutout piece. There's the body, there's...
Does Gant have like carpet on his side of the office or something?
Wait. There's no blood on it.
Oh! Oh, fuck.
Yeah, there's no blood.
Man,
on
I
this.
think we both need to go to Specsavers.
No.
That makes sense. There's no blood on the and there should be.
Well, if the piece of leather was there, there would have been blood on it.
It was cut off before he died.
Yes.
So Gant's obviously come in and they were both knocked out, and he's picked him up and then cut the piece off and then picked him up and impaled him on the.
Yeah, so it's likely that he pushed. Push Emma's handprint onto it.
Okay. So does that mean we present the picture?
It would be the picture.
Okay. What exactly is this supposed to be?
This is a picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs are no doubt were punctured, blood pouring out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. Wait, there's no blood on it.
Oh!
Since Emma's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor's side. However, Miss Marshall was not impaled on the sword at the time.
No, this is nonsense.
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could have it been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lansky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor sword? Anyway.
Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death. Said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it.
Remember what you admitted only moments ago. That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Although, this very act of creating insurance, you prove that you were the actual murderer.
No.
It's finally over. Whoa.
Heh.
Oh god, his mouth's twitching a little bit.
Oh, that was close, Ryder. You almost had me. Sorry, but you have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
You see that piece of cloth? Is illegal evidence. I don't know if it refers to the crime, right? Isn't that what the book thing said?
Yeah, well, it depends on how he's referring it. Anyway, because again, there's two rules of it. Anyway, order, what nonsense is this?
Legal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji?
That's you.
Huh.
Gant.
Oh, earlier old Wright here concealed this piece of cloth. So then what's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Who? Did you actually think you could best me in court? Looks like the last laugh's on you, son.
I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. The best kind of correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True, legal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming of course that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright? It seems at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposely and legally concealed this piece of cloth? Technically? No, he wouldn't have.
I don't know.
I don't think he did. I'm gonna say he didn't.
Okay.
I admit it, I refused to present it at one point.
Aha, so the evidence is illegal.
Shut up, I'm not finished. No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Huh?
It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. Oh.
That's where the book comes in.
One more. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
Yes. No, Aji, don't listen to his lies. You're nothing but a coward. You can't really... There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well, let's settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present the evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. Do so now.
So does that mean we present the book?
We present the book. I'm going to throw you the book. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
Judge just sits here and just smacks him in the face and slides down. Oh, an evidence book. What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief, in the last 5 minutes. Like all students. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law.
Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have proof from the police department.
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident.
What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Sorry, but can you recall when was this picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago.
No. He's right.
Yeah.
At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless.
The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant.
You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify. Bless you. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the Chief of Police, personally approved this cloth.
Oh shit. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. Damon Grant. The killer was you.
No. Wah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you might as well just...
Oh. I knew it. I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insists on hounding me. Your crime wasn't exactly petty. You wanted to reinvestigate the case. You recruited Angel Star and convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman.
Yeah, that's right.
If the evidence transferal... God, now I gotta get my accent back. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth.
Hang on.
Shut up. Please, you gotta help me.
Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. And all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
I might as well voice Goodman. Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There's too many questions left unanswered.
He opened his evidence locker and he was taking the evidence out. He said, "It's not too late."
That's me.
Oh.
It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall.
Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up the SL9 incident. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife.
Where?
I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would only lead to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor I didn't realise my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car? I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Sure. You motherfucker.
You broke my trunk because you thought I could pay for it? Leaving the prosecution cars aside, how could you get Mrs. Guy involved in all of this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker? I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jar fragments in the glove.
Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I got to hand it to them. They did their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence does not hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it, you and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down, once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Archie?
What?
Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend.
I'm sorry too, Damon Grant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person.
Those days are gone now, Archie. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Righto here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning.
There are two things I want you to understand.
Yes?
First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Grant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All what I've done in the past 2 years. That time, from the time I had Grant help me forge evidence up until today.
So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble.
What high standard you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright.
Miss Sky?
And to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing.
Liar.
I was worried the pressure might break you.
It's impossible. I'm
And
a
yet-
robot.
What?
I said it's impossible. I'm a robot. Anyway.
You rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it, I only did my job. Stop it, you're flattering me.
In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Hopefully not involving either Wright or Edgeworth.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt freed of these heavy chains.
Well, okay then. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. It's been 8 hours since we started this case. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, and yet they still decide to throw confetti. That is all. Court's adjourned. Outside of the court, at long last, it's finally over. The nightmare is over. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now after the trial ended. I can see why my faith thought so highly of you.
Mia.
Mia, I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, is she pissed because she didn't get thanked?
You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. You know, I did my best too,
Oh, god damn it.
but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Did he just knock her out of the way?
I'm assuming.
It's like he just come and just boom. Little girl's just slid across the floor and is like on a heap in the corner. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run all around while on duty? To top it all off, you called me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
We haven't called him at all.
Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Lana.
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked Gan to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it all for your sake, but now I realise I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself. I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you're only doing it for me? No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. I'm hiding what I believe to be the truth. I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realise it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologise. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma, Emma. Yay.
3, 2, 1.
No one. Oh.
Anyway, no one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it's from
Kind of brings a tear to your eye.
Oh, shut up. Anyway, and it's from there that we can move on towards a brighter future. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday.
Probably not. Not you, at least.
Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth?
Stop hiding and come over here. Is this Edgeworth like just pokes out from behind the tree that's over there?
No, it's like, you know how you clearly can't see someone standing there and he just steps out from it?
Huh.
Where was he hiding? That proves my theory.
I just came to say, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realise today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth! Not only that, but I don't ever trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals, I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. Just one man. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon.
Yes, and this gun I found.
It's
Edgeworth.
scary, but I know that to be true for quite some time now.
But Edgeworth.
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gear did. That thought terrifies me, that's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth? Don't you understand? Damon Gann and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about.
The evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I have been able to find on our own. Fuck it, just the attorney's badge.
That might mean something to you. I don't see how it had anything to do with our partnership.
Huh?
Mr. Wright, it seems you still have a lot to learn as well.
I guess that wasn't the right piece of evidence?
It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up.
And some bodies that need to be hidden.
Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
Edgeworth, what will you do now? Can't you let me go?
Well, whatever you do,
Oh, that's me.
Oh.
Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can't let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help. Fuck, let me try that again. You can't let what happened kill the prosecutor.
You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. It's not can't, it's can.
Okay, whatever. In the end, it's up to you.
I know, it seems I owe my thanks.
Are you my thanks to? Right.
Yeah. But what I face now is my problem.
Look, viewers, we're very tired. It's been 8 hours.
Me no English good no more.
Brain fried. Only attorney, defense attorney, and legal prosecutor now. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court.
Only cavemen work now. Ooga booga.
Yes.
Farewell.
Yes. Now work in legal court system.
I better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Yeah, this is a little something for you.
Is that scribbled out and put scientific up there?
I guess. Scientific investigation. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Maybe it isn't. Thanks,
Okay.
sis. I will. She just happened to have that book on her.
Maybe. She had the other one on her. And so another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. As for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself.
Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But
I thought you said it was okay.
Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Huh?
Way to go, detective, I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, haha, you see, Mr. Wright, he's the one who'll be footing the bill.
Huh? Huh?
What, you think I could afford it with my salary, or you gotta be kidding me, pal?
Uh-huh. Huh? Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Thank you, Mr. Wright, you're the best.
Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream. I have no mouth, and I must scream.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Objection! Fuck both of you!
Oh.
Okay. Let's see if there's any extra... Oh, wait, there is. Lana.
Oh, I arranged for a friend... Oh, whatever. As for me, the affair has pretty much ended. Still managed to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Oh.
I have no control over this. I think it's only just going to show characters from this case.
Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there in the end. They overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalize you anymore, it'll be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily.
Okay. Well, let's get through all this and then we'll do a sign-off. Oh god. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner keeps an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them, though. Someday I'm gonna make detective. Yes, sir, then I'll be just like Dick Gumshoe. With even less of a salary. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. And your goddamn badger-like face, you fucker. Yes!
Yes, victory!
I have influence. Oh god. What is it? Can't you see having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak this into me. Guess she seems... Oh well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambolino back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Oh god. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put together a new meal on the menu. The White Way lunch. The top layer tastes bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure you not to eat it backwards. Don't think you even can eat it backwards.
Oh.
I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left. Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I got another trial to get to, so I better be... Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go. Huh. Never seen the back of his chair before.
What?
The back of the judge's chair. It was red.
Yeah?
With black.
I'd expect it
padding.
to be.
Well, not really. Just thought it would be a comfortable chair. Oh. Ah! Nothing soothes the soul like a fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a fully fledged spirit medium. Mystic Meyer, the afternoon training's about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. Dazrov? Oh, that's you.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I bought you your tea. What's going on? Oh.
I'm actually trying to remember, was the bellboy in this one?
He was. We went there and you bought the tea to him.
Oh.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book.
And also call her on the phone. Oh. We actually gotta do something. Okay. Well, okay then.
Huh.
Huh.
Well, there you go.
That was probably before she became a detective, so... But good lord, that case was not... It was an... But good lord, that case... You thought we were joking when we said this last case was... Case 5 was an 8-hour case.
We were not joking.
Anyway. Well, that's the end of Phoenix Wright. We'll get back to the rest of the trilogy sometime later. But anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed this Let's Play and Let's Play. So stay tuned for more stuff from me and Red.
Sure thing.
Alright. So until next time. Next
Until
time,
next
everyone.
week. Goodbye.
What?
I said goodbye. Until next we meet. Goodbye.
Alright.
Bye.
And as
Bye. Bye.
And as always, have a good one, my viewers.